So it's about time. You're gonna hear a dog snoring because my dog snores a lot. Of course, Tank, you snore a lot. Okay, so back to business. You're gonna notice a lot of people hate and like what you do. It doesn't really matter what they say. Do what you like to do. So I like my gasket dreads. I'm gonna do them back how I had them, or at least how I have them usually. Uh, Before the first time I did my gasket dreads. There was me and Ashley did them, and we did it with tin foil, and like we did this whole concoction, and it took a lot of time and effort, and it wasn't really what I thought it was supposed to be. So I came up with a different way to do it, because I did like the idea, I just didn't like the get down how we did it. So I came up with a different way. I just basically I made it easy, made it Kiko free because I like easy. I don't like working for shit like that. Well, I like working, but not for shit that can be done easy. Anyways, it's better for the design I like. It kind of looks rough. I like the rough look. I like it to look like a hobo, I guess. I don't know. I like it to look like a mess. So basically what I do is I just put some on my hands. You know what I mean? Everybody, well, I get a lot of people that say, "Oh, I like that color, I love that color," or "Oh, I love your hair," or whatever. And I get some people that say, "Oh, I hate your haircut," or "I hate your hair color," or whatever. Da, da, da. I don't really care either way. I like it, so it's gonna work for me. All right. So you grab some, put it on your hands. See, okay, and then just rub that shit in. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't did some of them in a while, so. But so some of it's gonna need a lot of it. I probably won't even have enough. But so don't let it dry like that, okay? Just make sure you hit all of it. Okay. See. I had to cut a hole into the side because it was an old one and it dried on both sides already. See, it was an old one that I already had. It dried on both sides. I've been putting black, gray, and blue, and trying to get a different color. Well, right now I'm putting a lot more blue than anything. This one's blue, but and then I'll put like black and gray on top of that. Yeah, it'll look really cool after I'm done. So yeah, I just make sure I get all of it. Like the main part I need to get is in the middle because I never get the middle. I always get the front and the back. So get the middle. It'll look like shit at first, but once you pull it apart and do what you gotta do with it, it'll look a lot better. Alright, let's see. This motherfucking park is active. This park is so active. Should chose somewhere better to do this. Well, I got a lot of hair right now. I don't look like it because a lot of it wasn't gasket maker, which it kind of looks like it's less hair if it's not gasket maker. But I've noticed when you put the gasket maker in it, it kind of fluffs it out because it's silicone, so it makes it look fluffy. It makes it look full. So I don't know. No, I do not tell anybody to do this at home. I am a professional. No. And yeah, all that good shit. If you're gonna do it, you take this upon your own hands. Whatever happens, buddy. Just make sure you do it right. Remember, however you leave it, that's how that shit's gonna dry, and then that's how your hair's gonna look. So, me, I try to work it into my hair real good and separate everything real good, and then that's how it comes out. It's real good. I should have did it earlier when I first got my hair cut, because see, shit sticks to the side after a while. Oh man, that's tripping. Well, see, like that stuff that dripped on the side. My hair is so short on the sides that whatever drips onto the side, I can rub it right off. It'll rub right out. I can rub it out. See this? You got to make sure you get all that. Like, all that. Now this gasket maker, the blue one is expensive, actually. I don't know if people are starting to do this or like if that shit was always expensive. I thought it was just as expensive as the rest, but yeah, it seems like it went up. So got this blue stuff, but it's a little bit more expensive than the rest of the silicone. And then you got the black one, and that's about the average price. And you got the gray one. The gray one's cool. I like the gray one. Gray one actually looked pretty neat when I put it in. I didn't realize that I had bought a gray one. I thought I had bought a different color, and when I took it out, it was gray. So I was like, fuck it. Today we're gray. The bug lines, it tangles my shit up and makes it into dreads, and looks good, or at least semi-good, or what I think looks good when you're dealing with everybody else thinks looks good. And I'm happy. This guy looks confused as hell. He's like, what the hell is this motherfucker doing? I am minding my own motherfucking business. That's what I'm doing. Confused person. Jogging by my car looking in. Alright, now, usually when I get it in there, I'll work it in, okay? It was drying fast because I got the back window open, so I get it in there, okay, like that, and then usually what I'll do is use both hands after that, kind of separate it a little. You're going to separate it a couple times, okay? So I'll separate it a little bit. See? Or something. Or something. Okay, so kind of separate it as much as you can. You'll be doing this like if you're trying to get the dread look like I got. If you're trying to do something different, you might make that shit into whatever haircut you're making it into, and then fucking or hairdo you're making it into, and then do that. This stuff is super hard to work with, so make sure all your dreads are pulled apart, okay, just like that. See, pull them apart and make sure that it gets into the shit that I needed to get into. And this guy over at the hospital, he said, "Oh, I like your hair. I like that haircut." And I said, "Yeah." It says gasket maker. I said silicone. He was like, "It's what?" I said silicone, like for cars and shit, dog. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean that part." He said, "I mean like the haircut itself, like the mohawk style." I was like, "Oh, alright, cool." And I was thinking in my head, man, fuck you too then, man. But you know what I mean? That's what you do. I'll be doing this for to make it how I want to make it. Like, see how I'm doing it? I'm going like that, and I'm tangling them together, and I'm putting the sections together, and pulling sections apart and stuff, and like, I'll be doing this until it dries. And this will take a minute, not till it dries, but I'll be doing this for a couple minutes. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, okay? So, basically what I'm gonna do, after I got it, this is how far you get it, okay? That I'm gonna show you. So, you let it get like this, right? Now, your hands are gonna be like that. Use some orange glow, get it off when you're done. But you want to let this dry, okay? Right before it's all the way dry, right when it's about to be all the way dry, and then start picking them apart again and get the parts that you want apart. So like if I wanted this one to be apart from all the other ones. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one from those ones and make sure it's like covered with shit, you know. Like, whoop. And then grab another one, and like this one wants to be separate from those ones, like that, and I'll go whoop. Okay, and like at the end when you're done, see how this is cut. When you're done and everything dries, and then you could go back and you could trim them up, but put the ones that you want together like that. This one will start a whole another one by itself. Watch, now that it started off, some of them will start off in their own little groups. It's your hair separating itself, making it into the length dreads it wants to. You can make them any size you want, but I let it make it the size it wants to, which is like these little small ones. That's what it ends up making. But so I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna pull it apart and separate them, make sure it's all separated the way I want. And then at the end, when it dries up, I'm gonna look for all the little tips or like split ends or double ended, and cut those off. What else? That's pretty much it. Just rip them apart. I rip them apart. I mean, I ain't really worried about it. Rip them apart and make sure they're together, like this one right here. Okay, prime example. This is the size dread I want right here. Okay, now this has 2 dreads attached to one. When that dries, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the tip, dude, so it's 1 dread. It'll dry together though. You know what I mean? And it'll look like that, you know? This one right here is always tripping. I don't know. I never get the red amount on there, you know? But it's easier if someone else did it, but seeing now I'm doing it myself, it's a little bit harder. Yours probably look nicer because you're doing it, you're having someone else do it. Me, I do everything myself, so I make things a little bit harder on myself than I need to, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and that is Kiko's Juicy Gasket Dreads. Okay.